Hello, my lovelies. Welcome back to the channel. This is Damsel in Distress Tarot. This is going to be our weekly spiritual guidance and advice. We're going to see how we raise our vibration and what sort of messages are coming through for the collective and what sort of messages we need for the week. So we're going to start with how we raise our vibration. If you're not already subscribed to the channel and you like my content, please feel free to do so. Like, comment, share, and subscribe is always appreciated. And let's get started with your reading. How do we raise our vibration this week? What do we need to know? What messages need to come through? You are a divine facet of the universe. So this is like a diamond, how a diamond has many facets, it sparkles. So I feel like the world is starting to see that you kind of sparkle, or that you have a certain shine about you. You were created to be unique for a reason. So you need to embrace your weirdness. You need to embrace all of your quirks, all of the things that we don't necessarily like about us. Remember that even precious stones have imperfections, and that we were created that way to be unique for a reason. All right, what else do we have? Let your inner fire warm you, but not burn you. So this is telling us not to get carried away with our passions, that we want to make sure that we're still making logical choices, even if we're following our hopes or our dreams, and that we need to recognize that we don't want to burn ourselves out as well. So while you need to follow your passions, make sure that you're also having some caution. That could be very important for you. I am a light in the world, so you need to shine your light. Remember, I was saying that you shine or you glow. This is an indication that you have some sort of special gift, and we all have some, that you need to be the light in the world. And the world needs your light now more than ever. So this is really important that we are true to ourselves and that we put our light out there. It helps to rid the world of more darkness. Relationships are assignments. So all of your relationships are meant to teach you something. Think of like assignments while we were in school, that they were meant to teach us things. They were meant to test us. They were meant to test our knowledge, see how far we've grown, how far we've come. And so every relationship, whether it's romantic, a friendship, this is something that's meant to teach you hard lessons, and it's also meant to transform you. Butterflies could also be significant in your path at this time, letting you know that you are mastering these assignments, or that this was confirmation, it was your message. Take the weight of the world off your shoulders. So if you're feeling bogged down, if you're feeling stressed out, this is telling you sometimes we need to remove that weight from our shoulders and let it go. Give it to God. Ask for assistance from the divine so that we can actually kind of have a deep breath and take that weight off our shoulders and find a sense of relief. Okay, we're going to see next what we need to know from our animals. From our angels. I have animal messages out today too. So thank you, angels. Excuse me that I can't speak like usual, but hey, you know, it's me. I can't talk. I get tongue-tied, especially if I'm channeling. I think this whole deck is upside down. It is. What messages do we need from our angels this week? What messages need to come through? Thank you. Honesty and communication. So I feel like there needs to be some sort of open, honest communication. There might need to be some sort of, they're giving me that a relationship needs to have some sort of communication, and that there's been a lack of communication recently. They're also directing me to the center here, so I feel like you need to speak from your heart and that your truth will actually come through. But you also need to be brave when this situation comes to light. So there needs to be open, honest communication. You also need to be willing to forgive and understand the other person's side of things. So whether you're ready to do that or not, just the want to do it sometimes is enough. So ask the angels to help assist you, but that forgiveness and understanding is something that needs to come through this week, whether it's to yourself or someone else. And they're asking you to trust the sacred plan for your life, that there is a greater reason why you're here, and that we all have a purpose, and whether you know what that is yet or not does not matter, that there is a sacred plan for your life, and the angels are guiding you to where you need to be through circumstances, through relationships, and that you need to just trust that they have your back and that things will work out how they're supposed to. They're asking for you to listen deeply, that there's some sort of knowledge or some sort of communication that's coming through, and that you might be ignoring it. So they want you to pause. They want you to take a few moments and just sit silently and listen without the need to reply. That they're telling you things, they're giving you downloads, they are with you, and that they are trying to communicate, but you have to be able to listen. They're asking you to surrender to the greater plan, surrender to your purpose, and also to surrender and let go of the weight of the world, that you don't have to do all of this on your own, that they are with you to assist you, but you need to ask because we're brought here with free will. They ask that you surrender to the greater plan. All right, let's see what the focus of our reading needs to be from the zodiac moon. What messages do we need for the collective? What is the focus of the reading today? Sun in Sagittarius, adventure, 9. It's time to stride out into new territory. So some sort of adventure is beckoning you. And I feel like this could be not only some place that maybe you've never been, that this travel could open up some sort of new adventure. And I feel like you're really going to kind of have that zest for life again. But this is telling you it's time to open up. There's some sort of new adventure that's awaiting you. The moon in Pisces, 24, wonder. It's time to follow your dreams. I feel like a lot of you have wanted to travel, but maybe you didn't have the finances available, or things just weren't aligned for that. And I feel like things are starting to transform, and that you're going to be able to have that curiosity again. You're going to be able to kind of follow or chase your dreams coming forward. Moon in Gemini, 15, indecision. Should I stay or should I go? So I feel like you have some sort of contemplation on your mind right now, that the indecision might be blocking the sacred plan for your life. And so I think you really are going to have to think long and hard, not necessarily long, but think hard about what it is that you want to do going forward. Is there a chance that you want to travel, relocate, go try something new? Are you ready to start following or chasing your dreams? Do you have that sense of wonder about life again? Is there a lot of indecision because you're bogged down by things that are going on in your life, or you feel like you can't achieve your dreams? There's some things you need to work on. Eclipse in Aquarius, 35, awakening. Your deeper resolve rises. So listening deeply to your intuition, to your angel guides, is going to help you be able to surrender and let go of the weight that you're carrying. Part of our spiritual awakening is very painful. When we go through our dark night of the soul, as we like to call it, it's the darkest parts of ourself that we would like to suppress, forget exist, or don't wish to acknowledge. But they're parts of us. It's part of what makes us us. And so again, that's part of us being a multifaceted divine being. And we were created that way for a reason. Even our darkness actually is something that is beautiful. And once we learn to acknowledge all of those parts of ourself, we truly awaken to what our plan is here on this planet and how we're able to help others. So your deeper resolve will rise. You will see what you're made of. You're going to see how strong you actually are, and you're awakening to your true purpose here on this planet. Moon in Cancer, 16, belonging, a sensitive, introspective phase. I feel like you need to get in touch with your emotions, that might be something that's kind of hindering your progress forward, that maybe you don't feel like you fit in, maybe you don't feel like you belong, maybe you weren't meant to, maybe you were meant to shine like a diamond, maybe you were meant to stand out from the crowd, maybe your calling and your purpose is bigger than those around you, and that is okay. I feel like eventually when you really kind of go inward and you do the introspection, you do the shadow work, you do the things that you need to do in order to really find out who you are at your core, you will find the people that you're meant to be with. You will find the people that make you feel like you belong. So we have to do the hard work in order to get to where we need to be. And currently I feel like indecision is blocking all of these beautiful things from coming in. So we have to make a decision. All right, let's see what we have from the star seeds. Messages need to come through. What messages do we need from the star seeds? What messages need to come through? Cracked open. Hitting rock bottom. Surrender to the alchemy of life. So this is really telling us that we may have to hit our rock bottom before this new adventure starts to open up. And that's part of your dark night of the soul as well, that you really need to kind of transform, to change, inwardly, outwardly. It's like this whole metamorphosis happens. And I feel like that's what kind of gives you the chance to go forward. So we also had surrender from the angels. And this says, surrender to the alchemy of life, surrender. Your angel team, your spirit team, they're trying to get you to see things in a different way. And I feel like once you are open to these possibilities, that things start to transform for you. Whale and orca elders, share your song, frequency of sound, and diving deep. The deep dive, I feel like, is with your emotions, and I feel like you almost need to just really connect with your favorite sort of music. Some sort of healing frequency might be important if you're listening to those, but there's something where you need to deep dive into what this is, and kind of, you've barely scratched the surface is what they're giving me. So where is your sense of wonder? I feel like you need to kind of share your voice, share your song, maybe you make music, but this is something important that you need to dive deep into whatever this is. It's your calling. Soul gifts and training. It's time to step up. So this is important. This is, I don't know if this shows up. There's like hieroglyphics on the walls. So it's almost like she's in a secret chamber, and the universe is on the other side. So it's like she's going through all of the records of knowledge, like the Akashic records, either through downloads, meditation, sleep, and dreams. But this is telling her it's like it's time to enter the universe. It's time that there's no more indecision that can block it, that you are working on developing your gifts, your training, and it's time to step up to your calling, your purpose here. You are called. You've got the love, Hadarian energy, codependency, and boundaries. So boundaries are going to be super important, especially once you are awakened. You can't let people just kind of drain your energy or use you, especially for what you bring to the table, whatever your spiritual gifts are, and we all have some. So Hadarian energy, codependency, and boundaries. We're trying to eliminate the codependency. We're trying to be more independent because we have to be in order to fulfill our calling. That we have to learn self-love. We have to learn self-care. We have to learn to stand on our own 2 feet. And part of that is waking up all of our gifts. And when we do that, we don't necessarily need to depend on others. We know that we depend on the divine, and the divine is what will fulfill all of our needs. We don't have to necessarily depend on others, but some boundaries are definitely needed. Child of the cosmos, the intelligence of the universe lies within you. Love this. So if we look at called, there's a portal here. This doorway is the universe. And if you look at this, she is the universe. She is a child of the cosmos. We all come from the cosmos, and we integrate into our human form. We incarnate, and we are living a human experience, but we are a spiritual being. So know that the universe lies within you. That means all of the knowledge lies within you. All of the tools that you need to survive lie within you, and that your purpose, once you wake up to what this is, will start to align with the cosmos, and everything that you need to see that is within you will come to the surface, and you will find your sense of belonging. So you are a child of the cosmos. The intelligence of the universe lies within you. It's sleeping, not dead. You just need to wake it up to see it. All right, what do we need to know from the Ascended Masters? Keepers of the Light. Well, we're going to take it. She came out. Lady Venus, downloads and understanding. Truth is being revealed. Deep insights are coming from heaven and the astral realms. So we need to connect. We see how she's got like her crown chakra is illuminated up here. She's tapping into that, and she's also emanating light all around her. So all of these rings of light are coming. So she's got her heart chakra is activated, her crown chakra is activated, her third eye is even kind of lit up right here. Not that my camera shows it all that great. Take my word for it. Her forehead is nice and illuminated. So I feel like we need to start going forward towards what our goals and our dreams are. The truth is being revealed. Deep insights are coming from heaven and the astral realms. You might be having spiritual downloads, especially after, I like to call it the breakthrough. The breakthrough, not the breakdown, but you usually have a breakdown before you break through, and so then you finally get to where you're meant to be. It's a lot of work, but it's worth it on the other side, I promise. All right, Lady Portia, Divine Order. Do what you feel is right. Some sort of important lesson is unfolding. I think you really need to listen to your intuition as well as your heart, and that's going to guide you exactly where you need to be. So do what you feel is right, because you're about to learn some sort of important lesson. White eagle, ancestor spirit, connect to your lineage. A family wound or pattern can be healed now. So this is telling us that we are working through generational trauma. Feathers could be significant, Native American culture could be significant, but this is telling us that it's time to connect to that energy. Our ancestors tried to do some things, to help heal things, but I feel like the generation that we are in now, no matter what age you are, that we are here to kind of really change the game. And that the future generations are also here to bring in the new waves of change as we start to transform into the 5D creation of the planet. So we've got to work on the healing, that there's some sort of wounding or pattern that you can heal right now. And yes, it will take work. So do what you feel is right, because an important lesson is unfolding. Joan of Arc, voice of truth. Stand strong, focus on your purpose, release the fear of persecution, and speak your truth. So Joan of Arc was very young. She was just a teenager when she went into battle for France. And she was somebody who was divinely ordained by God to do so. She was speaking God's word. She was trying to help win the fight. And she was somebody who was very brave. So you need to be brave. You need to focus on your purpose. You need to release the fear of judgment of other people. And you need to also speak your truth. Remember that you've got the love, and it's the love of the divine. Green tea, supreme Tara. Green Tara, supreme protection. You are protected. Cords are being cut. Move beyond limitations and trust. So this is a card telling us that we are not only supremely protected, but that there is a lot of energetic cords that are being released at this time, and that will help to free us. I feel like you're waking up to this. She's got her third eye is opening on her forehead here, and her crown is illuminated. She's also got lotus flowers that are blooming, and I can't remember what these flowers are, but that she's starting to bloom. So you need to bloom where you're planted. Green is associated with the heart chakra, so you might need some work with your heart chakra. Forgiving and understanding, I believe, was also a message from the angels. So I feel like the heart chakra needs to open, and that we need to see things differently so that we can actually go forward to where our calling and our purpose is. And we are supremely protected on this journey. So it's time to move beyond the limitations. Cords are being cut, and you need to have trust that your divine purpose is starting to align. All right, let's see what we have from the animals. What messages do we need to know from the animals this week? Animal guidance and messages. What messages do we need to see this week? The peacock. It's time to protect your heart from those who may cheat before they hurt you. So I feel like if you're worried about infidelity, then you need to guard your heart. Especially if there's people that are untrustworthy. I think that you're going to receive some sort of download of information to steer you on the right path to keep you from harm, but don't just jump in head first. Sometimes we need to take things slowly in order to not get ourselves hurt. The baboon. In love, declarations of passion and heartfelt communication is the key. So we need to express ourselves in a heartfelt way, and that we also need to be passionate. We need to follow our passions, but we also need to find balance. Remember, we also had let your fire warm you, but not burn you. So be cautious. Sometimes we need to smolder a little bit so we don't ignite and burn everything to the ground. So some sort of heartfelt communication is the key. The crab. Show your emotions and regenerate love. I feel like you have a very rough exterior at this time, and probably due to being hurt in the past, especially if you've been cheated on. But I think that you can be mushy on the inside, that you can be gentle, that you can be loving. So sometimes we have to show our emotions, and we have to let that softer side be seen. So I myself resonate with the feminine side of like the twin flame journey, but a lot of times I'm in my masculine energy, meaning I feel like I have to be the leader. I have to feel like I'm in control, that I have to do everything for everyone. And so when someone actually allows me to be in my soft feminine energy, it's a release. It's not having to worry about everything for everyone. It's being able to be vulnerable, to be open, to be creative, to be authentically who I'm supposed to be. And so if you have people like that in your life that help bring you out of your shell, so to speak, you need to value those relationships because they're going to allow you to see how powerful you really are. All right, the Black Panther. Sensuality and passion stir beneath a cloak of secrecy. I really feel like there is somebody in your life that brings out that sensual side of you, that ignites your passions. And it's like it stirs beneath this hidden cloak where it's like it's just under the surface, but you haven't quite tapped into that yet. There could also be a lot of sensual activity that's coming to the surface, and I feel like a lot of sexual tension could also be hidden. So this is something where it's hidden right now, but the question is, are you going to let it come to the surface? And in the feminine side, that's part of who we are. We are a sensual, creative, beautiful, passionate being, and that needs to be able to be expressed. And our final card for your reading, the Tiger. Passion and adventure beckon. So I feel like there is something that you need to follow your passions on. Really, I feel like it's your calling. But it could also be some sort of love relationship that I feel like whoever this person is, it's like they see you for who you are, that they see past the rough exterior, that they have this sense of wonder about you, that maybe you two are going to be on adventures together. For those of you that are like, listen, I am single as a Pringle right now, and that is not going to happen, or I'm not even looking for love, then what are your passions that ignite you, light you up? What is it that you feel like you are called to do here on this planet? Because you have a purpose. If God woke you up today, your purpose isn't done yet. So you need to figure out what those things are, because we're here for a reason. And if we waste time, we take forever to get to our calling and our purpose, it's like, all that time could have spent doing what we were really here to do. Remember that life is short and that we don't want to waste 1 second of it. We need to keep going forward to our path of where we are truly meant to be. That's what I have for your spiritual guidance and your message. If you're not already subscribed and you like the content, please feel free to do so. Like, comment, share, and subscribe is always appreciated. Have a great rest of your week. We'll see you Friday for the live.